Giddy up, it's 6 8-bit horse racing games. Horse racing isn't something you would think would be a natural fit for computer games, and well, I was at the races a couple of months back and I thought, what about horse racing computer games? Surely you've got car racing games, motorbike games, why can't you race horses on a computer? So here we are with 6 8-bit horse racing games, and we're going to start off with Grand National from Elite. It's listed as being available on the C64 but appears to be missing in action. Grand National is from 1985. You start off with £1,000 and you have to pick which horse you're going to race on. So it's going to cost £270 to race on Feathered Friend. Feathered Friend. Anyway, we're racing on Feathered Friend. And there I am on the left. And you have to... Basically, you have to keep on hitting the control to go faster constantly. And the faster you hit it, it's like decathlon, but not quite as bad. We're getting our speed up. We've got a map of the course on the top of the screen there showing us where we are. And we've got jumps, and we've got a lot of jumps. And can we jump over that jump? Press fire. And it appears I didn't have enough speed. And the man's coming along to shoot my horse and turn him or her into dog food. Crash gave the game 79%, Sinclair user 4 out of 5, and it's from the coders of the Spectrum version of Bomb Jack. Crash said they couldn't see it selling much apart to horse racing fans, but it is the best horse racing sim on the Spectrum. And it's one of the only games where you can actually control the horse. It's a bit pedestrian, there's a lot of button pressing, and it's rather dull. And we move over onto budget with Kentucky Racing from Alternative. Now, you may have seen these machines in the arcade where you have to get the ball into the hole and then the horses move along. And the higher scores you get in the holes, the faster your horse moves. So that's what we're going to do. I'm on the left and I'm making a hand motion and I'm throwing a ball or dice. I'm not sure which. I mean, it's yeah. And I'm trying to get it in the hole, but I'm the top horse, by the way, on the animation. So the middle horse has taken the lead. I just need to get the ball in the hole. I've got one in the hole. I've moved forward. My horse Maywood has moved forward to second. On the Spectrum, it's exactly the same. And then you have an aiming cursor that kind of has inertia on it. And then you have your shaking motion and you select the power that you're throwing. It looks more like a ball on the Spectrum, so we're going to say it's a ball you're trying to get into the hole. And my horse, Miss Diane, is currently last. On the 64. And I am second. Roger's Nag has won. My horse, Mr. PSB, hopefully I'm going to win now. Or come second. There we go. I don't know why it gives you odds, because there's no betting. So, yeah. And every level has different holes. And you may have hurdles to jump, like here. But it makes no odds. You don't control the horse. You just have to get the ball in the holes, basically. And it's very samey. It's quite hard to actually aim, but that's fine, because as long as you keep on kind of hitting the ball in the holes, it doesn't really seem to matter. I'm guessing it could be more fun against another opponent, a human opponent, but against the computer, This game got 29% on original release in your Sinclair, and the re-release on the Foremost Sports compilation got 12%, with Jay Nash saying, why? Commodore format gave it 5%. And frankly, I think Mr. Nash got it exactly right. Why? The Japanese love horse racing, so I went looking for an MSX-based horse racing game, and I came up with the brilliantly named Exciting Jockey. Be aware if you're looking for this game, it comes under another name, which I'll put on the screen, which I can't pronounce. So an exciting jockey, you select your horse, and I'm horse number 1, the black horse. This is race 1 on grass. And you have an energy bar and a whip. And you have to keep hitting your horse to make it go faster. Except when the energy runs out, the horse won't go any faster. The instructions I have are entirely in Japanese and, well, don't make much sense. This game was released in the West, but, you know, MSX stuff, right? So all the resources are generally Japanese, all the scans. I'm hitting my horse. I've got no energy left. I am still last. You've got a map at the top of the screen there on the top right telling you where you are, which is last, although I am catching, but I'm still very much last. The game does have a multiplayer mode, by the way, where you don't actually control the horse or the whip, and you just place bets. Every level has a different layout. For example, here we are on level 2, and it's dirt racing or a dirt track, which you don't tend to see in the UK. I think it's more common in America. There's obstacles to avoid. Your horse will move a limited amount up and down, but not so it will cross over with the other horse. That guy's hanging on, and oh no, he's back on. It's limited gameplay here, really. You avoid things, you jump, It's not as much fun as the horse levels in, for example, Kane. The races, or if you're in the UK, go racing with Peter O'Sullivan. Peter O'Sullivan doesn't feature anywhere in the game, but never mind, well, apart from on the cover, because they've given him 500 quid to put his face on it. He was the famous BBC racing commentator for aeons, basically. Wait! That's an instruction, not please, but wait! And you get to see the horses in the races you're going to be taking part in. This is the originally American game. I assume it's been slightly changed to have UK courses in it, but still no Peter O'Sullivan face or voice. Wait again. It's a feature of some of these games. We now get to do the betting. So it's a multiplayer game where you enter your name, and then to place a bet, you have to type in your name again and the amount you want to bet. And you can bet to win each way or E. I don't know what E is. Anyway, you've got some odds at the top there. And there's our list of horses that we'll be betting on. And it's Block City. And the audience crowd have no arms. Or indeed only one leg. So I've forgotten what colour my horse is. It's one of them. This exciting, in inverted commas, race. ChinnyVision is now on Ko-Fi, Coffee. Anyway, it's like a tip jar. So if you enjoy the channel, there's no obligation, but if you want to help support the channel and help provide funds to do stuff, you can pop something in there. We don't have the Patreon anymore because I'm not putting up regular videos, so I didn't feel it was fair on Patreon people if I couldn't keep up the level of content. I may better put some exclusive stuff on there as well. I'm not sure. And of course, ChinnyVision does run ad-free. So until YouTube actually tell me I have to run adverts, which I'm convinced is always just we're kind of 2 weeks away from or something, this channel remains ad-free. And we're coming up towards the end, I think. No music or sound effects during the horse racing. And the horses look more like cows in some cases, certainly in the case of the brown one. I'll get some noise now. It's a steam train arriving. And it's going on forever. Result! Not wait. Oh, but no, it's keeping me interested with some flashing colours. It's doing some calculating, isn't it? Hot Cub, photo finish. Go racing with Peter O'Sullivan? I'd rather go racing with Peter Sutcliffe. Sporter Kings is probably a game you have seen, at least on the shelves, because it was released by Mastertronic on the Mad label, and I remember seeing it on the newsagent shelf, the Amstrad version, and not buying it because, well, horse racing. Anyway, so here we are on the CPC, and you get this kind of a icon-driven system where you can go around different sections. You can print out stuff. You can go and see your stable and see what you've won and lost. And there's a form book, and you then go to the bookie to place your bet on the races. So here we are. You just place your bet, and all the odds at the start are the same, which is weird because there's no form because the game's just started. So here's the race. And probably the best horses I've seen so far in terms of animation. Over to the C64 version. This is originally a C64 game, written in America by Sculptured Software and released over there as well. So off we go on the C64. We've got He-Man racing. And another 80s children's character, Ratter from Wurzel Gummidge, the Crowman's dog. I'm not sure Sculptured Software would be aware of Wurzel Gummidge. Zap gave this 61%. So, as a budget game, yeah, I mean, problem is whose budget games are aimed at? Kids. And I'm thinking to myself, as a kid, would I have wanted to play this? How long would it have kept my attention? And I don't think it would have been very long. There's not much of a finish line, always that big circle at the top that's kind of, yeah. Anyway, He-Man came first, Viper came second, and we've got some payouts. I've won £25,000. Hooray! Oh, the man looks sad as a result of that. What's the game look like on the Spectrum? Well, very similar. Flashing circle is the finish line. And gameplay between all three versions is exactly the same. The trouble is, as gameplay goes, it's not exactly gripping stuff. Of course, hardcore management simulation fans will say you need to go to companies like D&H to get the best examples of the genre. So here we have The National, released in 1988. Of course, D&H did games such as Football Director, Snooker Management, I mean, how you manage in snooker, I don't know, and Software House, which I want to have a look at one day, re-released in 1991 at budget price by Colt. And on the Spectrum, we've got a please wait message here. It's about 2 minutes whilst it's saying please wait. So there's our stables, how much money we've got, how much all the jockey and training is going to cost, how much our running costs are, and how much we have at the bank. And here's some options with a font that looks like the Amstrad CPC system font, because I expect it actually is, and it's just been converted to the specky screen. You can go to an auction, you can do training, you can hire your jockey, go to the bookies to place bets, and you can start the race. So we need to buy some horses. And we've got 3 horses there, and none of them are particularly good. You've got to look at the distance they can run at, the going, is it soft, firm, and so on. Their age, because when they get too old, they have to go to the dog food factory. So we're going to bid on a horse. Let's bid on All Fair. Starting bid is £2,000. I'm going to bid £4,324. Oh, no, other trainers are bidding up. And no, we've bought the horse for £7,000. We don't want to buy any more horses. So now we can do things with the horse. We could train it. But I think what we're going to go to is the first race. And here we are. Here's the runners and riders. Do I have one in here? Yeah, I'm S. Meller. I don't think I've been able to change my name. Anyway. And the horses are going to the start. Oh, okay. We have a series of numbers, one of which is mine, but I've forgotten. I'm number 8. Where's number 8? It's red on the right-hand side, but it's yellow on the left. I'm in the middle at the front. This is 8x8 character-based horse racing action. Oh, this is the worst thing I've seen since Trainer. Over to the Amstrad CPC. It's pretty much the same, except the font is properly proportioned because it's actually on the Amstrad screen. It is. That Spectrum font is the Amstrad system font, isn't it? So if we go to the race, and we're going to get the numbers and colours again. No. I take it back about the Spectrum version being worse than Trainer. This is worse than Trainer. And certainly more boring. Where's my horse? Oh, this is just... oh, there's no sense of... at least on the Spectrum, there's some kind of sense of races happening. On the Amstrad, no, it's just... I mean, much of this is written in BASIC, isn't it? Over to the C64, which I'm going to turn the audio down in a second because it plays this noise the entire time. But the racing is much, much better on the C64. Look, the horses are moving around the track. They're all up the left-hand side for some reason, you know. I don't know why. They're not spread out more, but here we go. We can see our distance. They're moving around and blocking each other. They could be actual horse icons or something, but it's 15 as one. Don't know which... Yeah, who am I? Yeah, it's the Sir Prince Charles Stakes. And then I won. Well, so that was 6 8-bit horse racing games. Grand National by Elite had the most promise because at least there's an arcade element in there. You can move your horse around, you can jump when you need to, and it actually feels much more like a conventional computer game, even if it is just slow and boring. Kentucky Racing, just... oh, why? Who thought this? It's horses, but you throw a ball into holes. It's... No. Oh dear, no. I do wonder if Exciting Jockey would be more fun if I could get those instructions properly translated. It is a more conventional arcade game, but you don't get as much control as in the Elite game, and it does have a little bit of genuine excitement about it, which Grand National doesn't. The races, and let's ignore the Peter O'Sullivan connection because he's only on the cover. The graphics are crude and ugly. You spend a lot of time waiting around for it to do things. It's no fun. Sport of Kings is a braver attempt to do a fuller racing game on the 8-bits. It looks far nicer and it's got more depth. And if you are into management sims and games like this, you're going to get more fun out of it. The National, well, there's a lot of detail in there, but let's face it, this game is mostly coded in BASIC, isn't it? Because it simply takes so long to calculate everything. The Spectrum version, I genuinely thought the machine had crashed or was about to reset it because it had been 2 minutes. I was waiting there with the please wait screen, and then it came up with more instructions of things to do. It's just so slow. I just find this interminable because the waiting, I can't get into it. You don't get this with games like Football Manager, and I know there's more parameters to take in here, but this code really does need to boot up the backside to get it all shifting along a lot better. And where's the actual racing gone on the Amstrad version? That's lamentable. When I went to the races, I lost about 40 quid, but I had a reasonably fun time. These games in total would also cost about 40 quid, but I don't think there's any fun here at all. Go to the real races and just lose 40 quid at the bookies instead.